There you go. Higher ratings. Okay, I'm here today with the E-flite Viper jet. This is their new 70mm 6-cell sport jet, and it features AS3X with safe mode. And so a fellow club member has graciously allowed me to take it up for a little quick test flight and see how I like it. So I'm really looking forward to this. It's a really nice looking jet. It's got a kind of a neat splinter camo on the bottom, retracts, flaps. It's really a full house thing. It's got a nice taut feel to it, and really nice looking plane. I like the trim scheme on it. So without any further ado, let's take her up and see how she flies.
But before I could take her up, I had to remember how to turn her on. With some dubious help from the cameraman.
Left stick up, makes it go.
No.
There you go.
Throttle
See?
cut. No.
I'm going to start out in AS3X mode.
I found that safe mode was too limiting in steering response for my taste, so I turned it off to taxi.
Rudder throw is a bit limited in AS3X mode, so it's, I'm going to turn it off to taxi. Drop a little bit of flaps. Around. Okay, back into safe mode. And here we go.
Takeoff was surprisingly quick.
Very nice. Very mild.
In safe mode, elevator control response was very mild and roll angle was limited to about 45 degrees. Speed was decent, despite the fact that I initially forgot to raise the flaps from takeoff position.
Flies very nice. I like the way it handles. I'm going to turn off the safe mode.
At this point, I decided to turn off safe mode and get a real feel for her flight qualities.
It's got very good handling.
With safe mode off, I was free to try some aerobatics. The obligatory loop was uneventful.
The 6-cell power, which is a little bit unusual for 70mm fans, but it really flies really nice. You can throttle back and just kind of cruise. This is about half stick. Still very decent speed.
Then a climbing roll, which it also performed very nicely.
So let's see how it handles at the low speed. Drop the flaps, throttle back.
Dropping the flaps, the Viper showed fantastic slow flying capabilities. The stall brake was almost unnoticeable. I had no fear of trying minimal speed flying close to the ground. Straight vertical from near stall is not unlimited, but good enough to get you out of trouble.
Got really pretty good vertical on it.
But from cruise speed, the vertical is noticeably better, but not quite enough static thrust to maintain it for very long. Trying a knife edge, I found that it really wouldn't hold one to the right.
Fairly stable, but needs a little bit more rudder throw.
But to the left, it could maintain one without much correction needed.
So actually hold a knife edge to the right.
Inverted just needed a bit of down elevator, but otherwise flew fine.
Nice fair amount of down elevator for inverted. Really nice sport jet.
Oh, gotta remember, it's not my plane. Let's throw in a 4-point roll.
4-point roll.
And then a mild snap.
That's kind of a slow snap. So the controls on this are really mild. This is, you can fly any type of sport plane. I think you can fly this, no problem.
All too soon, my time was up. Time to land. I did notice on the flare that I almost ran out of elevator authority. Later flights found that reducing the full flap deflection angle helped improve elevator authority on the landing flare. Other than that, the Viper was a joy to fly.
Alright, so this was a really nice flying plane. I really appreciate club member Blaine for letting me try it out. It's not my plane, so I don't want to get too wild with it, but I did try to break it up a little bit, loosen it up, and try a few things with it. And I'm really quite happy. This is a really, really nice plane. If you're thinking about getting into jets, this I think would make a very, very good first jet. It's small, easy to transport, flies fantastic. It's really aerobatic. It does most of the things you'd want to do with a jet, so there's no problem with that. It's interesting, it uses a 6-cell, but I think the 6-cell, you're able to throttle back and cruise, so you can easily get 4 minutes of flight time on this thing. So that's really good. So you get good flight times, good flying plane. It would drop the flaps, it leaps off the ground. It flies really slow and ain't stable. Had no bad habits. I didn't notice any tip stalls or anything like that. And the paint scheme is sort of splintered camo, which is kind of interesting. Is easy to see. It's got a nice bright top look to it, and the bottom is sort of dark, so it's easy to discern top and bottom on it. I think they have a winner here with the E-flite Viper. I'm very happy with it, and I think it's a fantastic plane. And that's all I got to say.